On this channel I've covered history, mythology, folklore. Now I feel it's time to pivot to the obvious next step. Cryptids. Yes, Nessie, Bigfoot, Mothman, those creatures that modern eyes might occasionally claim to glimpse, whose evidence of existence is scarce, yet are wholeheartedly believed in by many. And to start off, I'd like to cover a being so unseen, so rarely heard that we have only a single recording to indicate their existence.
Sora! Dinner's ready! Come on down! Sora?
That was the only known recording of the creature known as Sora's mum. From the night that Destiny Islands was swallowed up by darkness, launching her son on a journey of heartbreak, danger, and friendship. But who is she? Where is she? What is her deal? That is what we intend to uncover. Let's catch up with what we know of her story. Our earliest implication of her existence is at the beginning of Birth by Sleep, when a broken Ventus heart gets a little help from a newborn heart, presumably about to or already within a newborn Sora. In the same game, Riku mentions the pair's parents, and that his friend's dad took them to their little play island, implying that at least at that point, Sora had both mum and dad. One can assume she lived a relatively normal life for the next 14 odd years, until our next concrete piece of evidence, the recording, after which the Destiny Islands are destroyed. Kingdom Hearts 1 happens, bringing Destiny Islands back to the realm of light, and we wander into and past the period of time covered by Chain of Memories. The state of the islanders at this point is helpfully confirmed by Word of God. Lastly, while Sora and others were gone, time had stopped for the people on the world of Destiny Islands. On the night of the storm in the first game, the islands were wiped out. After that, the only reality for them for the year that Sora slept was that Riku vanished on the night of the storm, as all their memories of Sora himself had disappeared. Those memories inside them of Sora did return when Sora awakened, but in the end their memories regarding Sora simply matched those of Riku, that they had both vanished ever since the night of the storm. So for the entire year that Sora was in his memory egg, the poor woman didn't even remember having a son, which must have been extra confusing once she noticed the teenage boys roaming her house. So what does this tell us? Nothing, really. She's a mum who forgot she was a mum until she didn't, which granted must have been terribly emotionally and psychologically taxing. Sora seems pretty carefree at the end of 2, so presumably nothing terribly dramatic happened. But Sora is generally pretty carefree in the face of adversity, so big old asterisk shrug asterisk there. Okay, another approach. I used the highest audio analysis technology available to me to pick apart every second of what cryptozoologists call the dinner tape. And I want to point something out. The spacing between the original summon and the follow-up query is suspiciously short.
Sora! Dinner's ready! Come on down! Sora?
Almost like she wasn't expecting an answer and was just playing a part. Could it be she already knew Sora was gone? Could she have powers of precognizance? Could she be from the future? What if, while the voice was of Sora's mum, the consciousness behind it was a heart divested of its body and sent back in time? And if so, whose heart is it? Another route. Who does Sora have a profound connection with? Roxas. Roxas spent a week in a data construction of Twilight Town while Diz and Naminé prepared to recombine him with Sora. During this time, he thought he was a regular schoolboy. Did he have parents? Did Diz program data parents for Roxas in Data Twilight Town? We can't know for sure. Diz is kind of a horrendous dick, whose idea of an apology is shoving alien data into a sleeping boy's head. But if he did have parents, we can assume, with not a jot of uncertainty, that the mother would have been called Moraxmus. The implications of this on the existence of Sora's mum are so obvious that I won't even cover it. Now, between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, two other Soras existed. Roxas's form was based off Ventus's heart sleeping within Sora's. Fine. Xion is a special case though, and dumbing it down just so much, she's based off Sora's memories of Kairi. But black hair. Did Kairi have a hitherto unknown goth stage? Or maybe, when Sora released his heart, sacrificing himself to all-consuming darkness, so Kairi's heart may be reunited with her body and the final keyhole completed, that it might be locked forever, thus saving all the worlds, might not have Sora spared a single thought for his mother, who he will never see again. All this to say, maybe Sora's mum has black hair. So we've built up a profile. Sora's mum, Ray Sora, so she's got to be a little light-hearted. Dealing with Sora's shenanigans also means she's probably quite strong-willed, so almost certainly created the Nobly Romzomas. She's probably a bit emotionally damaged from suddenly remembering that she's had a son who was missing for a year, and also maybe possessed by future Trunks. Also, she has black hair. There's just something missing. Some puzzle piece to bring it all together. Hang on. Laissez-faire attitude, strong will, a history of friends being consumed by darkness, black hair, black coat, Kingdom Hearts, Japanese game localized for America, Sora's mum, M-O-M, what if Sora's mum is in fact the master of That's already a common joke theory. I'm not original. Sora's mum is probably just a normal lady who got left behind like the parents of so many shonen protagonists. Also, the black box contains Sora's dinner. Cool.